distance to 70 is there. Like government cannot own the AI. Okay. So connected to AI, output, even the prompter can have like that discussions happen. So a lot of opportunity to companies to create IPs in various levels to use the technology.
All right. Yeah. Thank you so much, Rajesh. Mr. Vipin, over the past 2 decades, how have sales and marketing evolved, especially in FMCG, and what role does digital transformation play in today's brand building efforts?
So 20 years back, when I used to go to a sales outlet, I used to go with a physical notebook and pen. Apparently, you are handling Natraj pens, the pen that I launched.
Yeah.
18 years back. But that was the time when we used to go and physically take orders, right? Now, right now, there is a technology where the outlet themselves can give an order. So that's where it has moved in the last 20 years. And it's live. Means when, as soon as they punch in 10 pieces of Goro Plus antiseptic cream, I sitting in head office, I can get to see, okay, 10 pieces of Goro Plus cream has been bought at Guru Nanak store in Nanded in this route. So it's that live. So what it does is this helps us take faster decisions because it's dynamic, it's live. So that's how it has evolved. In today, if you look at sales and distribution, probably 25 years back, it used to be only one channel of distribution. Today, if you have a product, you can directly sell to e-com, right? You have modern trade, you have institutional sales, you have Horeca, you have. So people are following omni-channel. So hence, today, sales and distribution is all about only distribution and not single channel mindset. So that is one thing we need to understand. AI, for example, we are working with, and this is for all my B2B fellow members who generate leads, right? When you go to a client, how do you categorize which is the hottest lead, the less hot lead, and less hot lead? So that technology has come in where you can categorize lead, removing the human biases, and hence you can focus where you want to sell more, where you want to put more effort. So it has really, really evolved. Technology is playing a huge role from where we are to where we are going to be. So hence we all need to not just adopt, but enable the technology among our other issues.
All right, thank you, Vipin. Sandeep, how do your products simplify complex HR processes? And because when you call it at the national level, every state has its own minimum wages, and it has its own way of deriving PF, include HRA, don't include HRA. So there's way every state performs, right? But you are doing it at an international level. So my question to you is, how do your products simplify complex HR processes, and what unique value do they bring to businesses?
Yeah, so simplifying HR, when we define the product vision of True HR, there are 3 things that we wanted to achieve, and we have achieved. The first one is easy to use interfaces, basically, because we know that HR fraternity or any user might not have technology background. They might not even have a tech background or tech savvy people. So we have to make sure that it is easy to use for them so that the management can take the data out of the system. That is the first one. And second one, we wanted to automate all the repetitive tasks. There are so many tasks that are done, and technology can simply do it in seconds instead of people doing it in hours or sometimes days also. And the third one is to make sure that data and insights are given to the management so that they can make well-informed decisions. These are the 3 things. And you are asking about the AI into this AI and automation. So automation, payroll automation is the simplest thing that can be done in HRMS so that manual errors can be avoided and also so much time can be saved. And the second part is in AI, if a recruitment manager has to scan all the CVs that are coming to him, if there are 50 or 100 CVs that come to him, and to scan those will take hours or sometimes days also. And AI can do it in 1,000 CVs also, it can do it in 15 seconds. If your laptop is slow, if it is fast, you do it in 1 second. That's the power of AI that we are seeing.
So if I have to say that, Sandeep, come January 1st, the Telangana minimum wages changes, right, sir? Yes, sir. So I think for Telangana it is yearly, and for Maharashtra it is
April and
biannually. Yeah.
April and October.
Yeah, April and October. Okay, for Maharashtra it is twice a year. I think PV you need to calculate every 6 months in Tamil Nadu, for some states, right? Yeah. So all this gets embedded into your software automatically, or you need to feed. Someone has to do this.
Application is done in such a way that the user can define. But since we are closely in touch with all the departments, PF, ESI, PD, all these, so we update in the system. We also provide applications to manpower outsourcing company in multiple states. So they can do it on their own, or they have a value-added service where we will be doing it on their behalf, or when, as and when the minimum wages are updated. And minimum wages is a very complicated subject, and for each designation, for each state, it's very complicated. Sometimes we have to give that ownership to the users instead of we doing it. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Sandeep. Well, next, Mr. Murthy. You specialize in exponential technologies like AI, robotics, and blockchain. Now, how can businesses leverage these technologies to create a sustainable value? Question number 1. 2. What role does innovation play in driving business growth, and how can leaders foster a culture of innovation in them?
Difficult question to cover in 1 minute, but I think it's I'm sure use cases are covered by my friends. So the way I look at it is that the presence of this technology, success will be that when people who are using it is not feeling that there is a technology existing. Like for example, I'm sure many of us are using iPhones, or but the moment you type a message, there is an auto completion comes. It's a form of an AI. We don't really think that there is an AI in it. So similarly, let's say that in an industry context, when I really look at it, some of the use cases I've already mentioned, but others like, let's say match and approval of invoices and payments takes a lot of time. Now imagine what we call it as in the time to come, which is called as AI agents, which does many of the work which otherwise takes days to complete. It's just done in a matter of just a minute, and then only the exceptions are given by the human people to correct it. Which what it means is that it helps these kind of technologies, helps people focus on more creative and strategic work and do a more repetitive task like technology. Now, what is the innovation and innovation mindset? I would say that innovation always has to be thought through from how it can create an exponential value. What do we mean that is that what can be completed in a month or a day can be completed in a matter of minutes. That's how the technology's power can be used as such. Now, how do we drive it in a culture? It's not really something which is born, or it has to be born. People have to be born with innovation, innovative mindset. It can be easily cultivated with just a thinking process by practicing consciously with things like questioning that status quo, and also observing what's happening around us and what's happening within. And the third one is about experimenting new ideas in a simple way. And the fourth one is networking, which BNI is doing in a very nice way. And finally, associating. What happens in other industry and other people, can we bring it in our organization, or can we do small experiments? These kind of simple things can help in terms of creating a huge amount of values for the organization. That's my take on this.
All right. Thank you so much, sir. Mr. Hari, can you share your views on the impact of regulatory changes by SEBI on fundraising and capital markets especially, and how technology has seen a vast change, and how it has influenced the especially the speed of business?
Do you know how many MSME companies registered as on date? Anybody guess? 4 crores. 4 crores as per the Uday portal. Okay. So what is MSME? What is micro? Small, medium. MSME. Okay. And after large. So the analysis is that every micro company will be converting into small company after some point of time. After small company to medium to large. This is the process. Correct?
Right.
So what will happen? Out of 4 crores,
Yeah.
you know how much GDP they are contributing at 4 crores companies? 27% to the GDP growth. 27%. Okay. So huge employment, how many families they are running food and everything. And at the same time, if you see small companies, there are 7 lakh companies small companies in India. Okay, compared to micro. And if you come to There are only 55,000 companies are there as on date. 55,000. These are the industry analysis. So, to keep in mind the growth of SMEs. So, as I said already, SEBI has initiated to, at par with the big companies to list in the MSME stock exchange. Okay, they have done so many changes in the recent past, but at the same time, there is a public money is involved in. Okay, they are expecting. That means SEBI is expecting you. You should also disclose properly to the public.
How much money you
How much money you got, how you have spent, disclosure, transparency, everything is needed from the SEBI side, particularly because of public money has been involved. Okay. And particularly technological changes compared to previously, how many people generally invest in stock market? Any raise your hands? Okay. So I have been investing in the market from the 2000. While I was studying. So previously the process is like that. I have to get the form from the broker. In case of any IPO, if you want to apply, I have to get the form, fill it, attach my check to that and submit to the nearest branch. The problem is that my signature may or may not tally. Okay. So I don't know, check, maybe I have some time, it will not reach to the company. So many things happen. Now it is very simple process and very small click, okay, then you can apply, in the IPOs, okay, and money also really not debiting from your account. It is called a ASPA process. Maybe people will never who is generally investing in the stock market. So it will not be deducted from the bank account. Previously it was deducted. If you are not getting the allotment, it will be refunded by the company, okay, after 15 days time. But today is not the scenario. You apply. Once you get the allotment, then only money will be deducted from the bank account. So, these kind of changes SEBI has introduced, and even like Zerodha and all these things. Previously, if you want to open a broking account or trading account, you have to sign 40 signatures. Even your wife or your marriage or nobody will take. Okay, if you buy the property also. But broking companies used to take this kind of 40, 50 signatures. You don't know what kind of undertakings you are giving it to them. Now, it is very much simplified process. You upload 3-4 documents, then it's in the 1 day time max, the trading account will be opened. Okay. If you are selling the shares also, you will get the response from the respective stock exchange, respective broker, respective bank also. You will get 3-4 messages simultaneously. There is a every time there is a checkpoint. All these small technological changes recently happened, and recently SEBI chairman told that generally if you go with the IPO, generally, we prepare some 300 pages document. Generally, okay, from starting day of incorporation to till day. They are telling now they want to implement AI technology in that document. They can connect whatever the regulatory filings all happen. Generally, you will file with the ROC, PF, ESI, properly file or not and everything. What will do? They used to do generally. We will do all the due diligence. Okay. Now AI will all this wherever they are not findings. Some findings are there. Immediately they will respond. This company is not engineering. That's all. Okay. These kind of things are coming in place. Day by day.
Thank you so much, sir. Next. Sir, as technology revolutionizes the provident fund system, how can policy makers and administrators especially ensure inclusivity, security, and user-friendly experiences for all stakeholders?
I think this I already answered in the previous question. We are using technology and we are adopting the latest. I will give you one of the latest example. Earlier pension payments we used to make. If the member is Hyderabad and if he is having a bank account in Rajahmundry after retirement, we used to send his pension papers to Rajahmundry office from our office. Then there he has to again approach the Rajahmundry office and then he has to get his pension approved. From the last month onwards, using the core banking system, what or head office details. Now that is dispensed. Wherever your bank account is, wherever your PF account, you have to contact that office only. From that office only, it will be directly credited to your Rajahmundry bank office. So last month we have credited almost 78 lakh pensions in one go throughout India from our head office itself. So this is the way how we are adopting the technology. Regarding inclusiveness, I want to take 1 more minute. Inclusiveness when it comes is now employer-employee relationship is almost changed. The Uber driver don't know who is our employer, the Zomato delivery boy don't know who is his employer. So how to give the social security benefit to them, especially these gig workers. Now government is formulating a special policy. Definitely they are trying to bring them also into the social security net. And this year it may happen, we will expect. Always CPF or Labour Ministry will try to inclusive all the eligible workers to the social security net. This much I can say about the EPF.
Thank you so much, sir. Sir, how can ESIC leverage technology to ensure it improves healthcare accessibility and meet the needs of rapidly evolving workforce? Because as you said, there are 70 hospitals across Telangana state, and you have 3 state-of-art hospitals, one in Nacharam, one in Kagas Nagar, one in Warangal, and one in Sanat Nagar. So, right. So, irrespective of that, we see, if you see the data, I think there are around, still they say there are around 55 to 65%, it keeps varying. So that much percent of the people are not even covered under ESIC, but they work in, in an unorganized workforce. So how is technology going to take care of that?
Actually, Panchdeep 2.0, because actually our software is called Panchdeep 2.0.
Panchdeep
2.0.
2.0, okay. Like entrepreneurship 2.0, okay.
So it is already started. Because of that only many people are actually since last month they are facing some problems. We are actually upgrading our servers, and also the software is being upgraded. And since last year we are actually giving online claims. Like in EPFO, we are also giving online claims. Previously, whenever a worker falls sick and he need to attend the dispensary, they have to collect some regulation certificate we call like sick leave certificate. The leave should be approved by only ESI doctor. Then only we will give the cash benefit.
Okay.
Right now we have dispensed with the paper mode. Only thing, one time he need to go to the doctor to see his health and he can avail the medicine. And also his leave will be sanctioned automatically in the ERP system, Dhanvantri system. Then it will automatically reflecting into our branch office where we are granting cash benefits. The IP need not come to our branch office, right? Previously it was there. So he can use the Bigly app we have. From there he can raise the claim online and he has to upload the bank details, and automatically then we will process the cash benefit and it will be credited into them within 10 days. So that is the one thing. And apart from that, we are also taking actually very little late to integrate Aadhaar and IP number. EPF has started in 2017, very lately in 2022 onwards we are actually focusing on that. And fortunately we have not made it mandatory so that employees will not face any problem. If you make it mandatory, then the ESI payments and all they are not able to do, and many times the name is matched between the Aadhaar and IP number is there. So because of that, our actually Aadhaar CD progress is little low. It is around 20%. We are encouraging, and since employees also facing problem, we are deploying our staff to the employer location. Wherever 50 and more employees are available, then we are sending our people and they are going there and seeing. So then we have actually the government is planning to integrate ESI and Ayushman Bharat, so that we can interoperably use the health facilities across the government hospital and wherever in the ESI hospital. So any person can go there and they can use the medical benefit, medical services, and later on the ESI, the Ayushman Bharat software or ESI software, they will settle the bill accordingly. Mutually we will settle the bills. So that is going to happen.
That is going to happen. When it is going to happen, I have one more question for both of you, connecting to the previous question, sir. It is clean on the cards that in future PF and ESI will become one organization. How true is that?
The cards for the long time, but still it is a distant way, I believe. But when the social security code comes, it is expected that in the next half of this financial year, it may come with social security code to this ESI Act and EPF Act, they will be merged into Social Security
Into
Code.
Social Security Code.
Code.
SSC.
SSB. But the compliance part is almost same provisions, almost similar provisions they have given. I think in ESI they have given voluntary application also. In EPF also they are doing some changes against this inquiry period and membership also. It may happen in the next month, but not as a unified, I believe. For unified, it is a lot of data merging and a lot of issues are involved in the staff merging, staff seniority issues. It may take, but one day it will happen definitely.
All right. Thank you so much.
Yeah. May happen very
Right. Now I come to the most, the last question of this session as we are running short of time, so I am running short of 2 questions and coming straight to the last question. That is, after that we are going to enter into the most interesting thing that's called rapid fire for all of you. Well, this is the last question for all of you. Well, key takeaway for the audience, Rajesh. What are the key takeaways for the SMEs looking to adopt and integrate intellectual property rights into their business strategy? Do you think still there are challenges, or what are the takeaways for the audience?
See here, I would say create a great product and getting to the market, or make a simple product presented a great way. Like Steve, when he launched iPhone 7, on the launch day, he found in the screen there is a scratch. So by the time nearly around 1 million products are already readily available. So Steve said that we need to change it. So then they don't have time to invent something new, but they need to find it from market. Finally they found from Chennai that China that Gorilla Glass. So that is why they created a great product. And the simple product, how we present it in a great way, I can say the 200-year-old premium brand, which is created by a 17-year-old homeless boy, Louis Vuitton. Okay, so those time only rich people travel in train. They have a challenge of taking their items. So he created a trend, they can put shoes in one side and hat in another side, iron cloth. So, and also the water resistant. That's why he learned the craftsmanship of making a bag and created a great product to the market.
All right. Yeah. So next question is for the key takeaways for SMEs. Because this is for you. For SMEs looking to scale and grow their business, and how can they implement effective strategies no matter they are small, medium, large? What are the key takeaways for the audience?
Some of the key things that MSME needs to follow are the following. One, if you are in a state where you can diversify, please diversify. Second, I have seen a lot of MSMEs, they don't collaborate enough. Right? So, for example, the Cherlapally itself is a big ecosystem. Are we working with our fellow people? So, I think the chairman here said there are more than 150 people here. And are we collaborating, whether in terms of logistics, whether in terms of digital technology, whether in terms of what? Because we bring down the cost. So a lot of times we try to do things independently, which increases the cost. So collaboration is the name of the game. In fact, BNI is one platform where we collaborate. So collaboration is something which has been ingrained into our thought process. Second, new markets, right? A lot of us also needs to keep looking at what are the new trends and new market opportunities or new market where we can take a product or service. Sometimes we become the frog in the middle. We are very, very happy from where we are and we are not exploring maybe better opportunities in some other market. So it's extremely important while we try to have a strong foothold on where we are, we also look at expanding into newer geographies where our product or service might find a better fit. Right? So don't remain the frog in the well and try to go there. So these are some of the key things which I feel that MSME should really, really work on. There is something called hands-off model. Go back home, do Google. It will give you a growth in terms of growth strategy insight, how you can grow. So that is again one thing that you can look at.
It's called hands-off model.
Hands-off, ANSOF, hands-off model.
Hands-off model. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Thank you so much.
I won't talk about technology because I think
Yeah. So next it is for Sandeep. Sandeep, what are the key takeaways for SMEs to enhance their business efficiency? If you can just tell the key points.
So for SMEs, I think start small and scale gradually so that you don't waste your funds firstly, and also start with payroll and attendance automation in HRMS and then go into complex activities like PMS, ADS, etc. Measure the impact and then invest on the next tech stack. And the second one would be focus on cloud because cloud is flexible, it's scalable, and it's very cost effective. KYC is done from the application so that at the end the ESI and PF problems will not come. So the Aadhaar mismatch won't be there. During the onboarding itself, the KYC is done from the application itself. So when you are using cloud application, that will be a huge advantage. And one more thing, like Srinivas Garu was mentioning about employee-employer relation, like Ola drivers do not even know the employer, whoever it is. In SMEs, make sure that you engage with the employees by having mobile applications are there for employee self-service. They can be used so that you can be
how AI strategy or innovation is going to help the SMEs in their long-term success.
So the way I look at it is these technologies are enablers. So I would
These technologies are?
all these technologies are enablers for business growth. And without implementing these technologies, if MSMEs can contribute to 27% of GDP and many employment generation, adopting this technology can enhance in a great way with respect to employment generation, GDP contribution, and business growth as well. So what I really ask the MSMEs to think about is a three-pronged strategy to leverage these technologies. So one is what I would say is core. The core is basically focus on your core business, core operations to have productivity gains, efficiency gains, reimagine the process. The second one is about growth. Growth is about expanding your market, the product portfolio, and see what alternative applications can be available for your product. Can you integrate technology into your product? This is the second approach. And the third is about explore, which is about more futuristic thinking. How can a tech-enabled your product or your company can help different industries, much larger scale, export scale. So if MSMEs can think in terms of these three buckets of thinking, core, growth, and explore. And once they are clear about what they are into and what problems they are solving, these technologies can be leveraged for successful implementation. That's my take on this.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Murthy. Next to Mr. Hari. What are the key takeaways for SMEs considering an IPO? What steps should they take to prepare their business at this significant transition? They may be a 10 lakh turnover company, or maybe they may be a 1 crore company. But what are the key takeaways that you would suggest that, A, B, C, these are the things that they should start working on first to move towards getting into IPO?
Particularly for MSME companies, they have to change their mindset first of all. Okay. Why I am talking this change, they have to change their mindset is that, there is a concept called
Mindset from where to where?
Okay.
Yeah.
So like, Nadi to Manadi concept.
Okay.
So like, mind
From
to
I
us.
to B.
Yes. So that means in MSME generally, it is my company, my profit, my thing. Okay. Then they have to shift to next level. As I said, by increase maybe joining in employment is better. Correct? If you see that. But it is not the case. If you want to grow, you have to show profits, show maximization of profit, and create a wealth for everyone. Not only employees, not only promoters. It is for everyone. Even public at a large. Who are the investors? Okay. And one more thing is that as I said already, it is focused from shareholders to stakeholders. I differentiated already who are the general shareholders and who are the stakeholders. And as I said already, everybody thinks of the control to governance. You should come to the corporate culture model, proper systems. And for all these things, okay, you have to be a proper guide. Like if you want to go on a place, your guide will be your Google Maps, like that. There will be some guidance is required. You have particularly like artificial intelligence or maybe IT, okay, marketing. So this kind of listing, like they can appoint us like that. Okay, they have to choose proper mentors to grow the next level.
So if I have to sum up, Mr. Surya, is that as they say, the passion is to be wealthy, not to be rich. So when you say wealthy, you are ensuring that there are so many people along with you grow. And when you are saying rich, so you are only alone, you are rich. So right?
If you permit me 1 minute, I will give you small analysis. Okay. In 2012, the new SME listing has been started by SEBI. In that year, total India, 127 crores has been raised. 127 only. Okay. In recent trend in 2024, how much money raised, 10,000 crore. Through SMEs, 10,000 crore. Okay. 2021, one company, 22, two companies, 23, three companies, 24, four companies only.
25, 5 companies.
More than 5. Actually, some awareness happened already. People are exploring good number of opportunities. I myself is doing 4 assignments, particularly 2 from Cherlapally only. Yes, I don't want to name it, but we are working on it. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you so much, sir. Next to our Mr. J. Srinivas, our PF Commissioner, sir. What are the key takeaways for SMEs who are looking to adopt and leverage PF? I'm clear. Looking to adopt and leverage PF.
Actually, EPFO is applicable only basing on the employee's wealth. There is no classification for SMEs in our act. Whenever some time schemes, some long time back, some schemes came that employer share will be waived like that. Now there is no specific schemes, but there are now not only SMEs, all employees who are giving new employment, they are giving benefit to employees as well as employees in the coming employees linked incentive scheme. As of now, there is no special schemes in the SMEs. But what I request is, SMEs, EPF is applicable only if the establishment engage 20 or more. But there is a provision under Act that they can apply. give the benefit, it will be definitely helpful for your organization.
Thank you so much, sir. We come to the last panelist with the last question, and then we go into the rapid fire. Sir, what are the key takeaways as a Deputy Director Telangana that you see that these small organizations can take advantage or can take away the opportunities that ESIs provide?
Actually, as I told you, EFO is 20 members, whereas in ESI it's 10 members. I think all SMEs who are doing some sizable business, now they are engaging 10 members. So definitely they comes under the purview of ESIC, and I encourage each and everyone to enroll as and when the employees cross 10 employees, and don't give the option to your employees whether they wanted to have ESI or EFO. If you give the option, then you have to face the consequences later on, because anything, something happened, they will complain to us, and they will raise a complaint, and at that time we have to recover everything and put the capital in your benefit, whatever we are going to pay. And if you are complaining this, then we have another two opportunities to good things like maternity benefit. We are providing 26 weeks of 100% salary to the women who are working under and enrolled under ESIC. So then you will be exempted from the maternity benefit act. Apart from that, during the accident, whatever in one day also, today he joined and enrolled under ESIC, and some accident is happened. Then we will take care of his medical benefits. We will take care. Medical benefits we will provide. Apart from that, cash benefits like 70% salary for the 91 days. And if it is any fatality is happened, then we will give 90% of the salary to his dependents. So because of that, you also need not complain under Personal Compensation Act. So if you are complying with ESI, which is mandatory, then you are also complying with Maternity Benefit Act and Personal Compensation Act, so which is mandatory. So please don't give any option to your employees. The day he enters into your factory or business, you make it mandatory, EPF and ESI. Thank you.
All right, we go into the most interesting session of this talk show, and that we call it as a rapid fire. Every person will be given maybe around 5 to 6 questions, and your answer has to be in a word or two, not beyond that, not a big explanation at all. We start with Rajesh. Rajesh, what's the most important thing for a startup to remember when securing IP? One word.
Choose your right.
Right? Okay. Patents, trademarks, copyrights. Which one is most critical for tech startups?
Trademark and patents are most important.
All right. One common mistake businesses make with their IP rights.
They choose a wrong brand or generic names for a brand, or they use the technology what already exists for driving a patent.
All right. Which industry do you think is most vulnerable to IP theft today?
Pharma.
All right. Last question. What is the biggest IP-related challenge business will face in next decade? Yeah? AI. All right. Thank you so much, Rajesh. Next, going on to Vipin. Vipin, what's the most important factor for a successful brand launch? One word.
Differentiator.
Differentiator. Excellent. Digital marketing or traditional marketing? Which one should businesses prioritize today?
The right balance.
Perfect. What is the best piece of advice you would give to someone trying to turn around a struggling brand? Except the word exit.
Understand your customer and what they want.
Perfect. In one sentence, what's the key driving urban market penetration? In one sentence, what's the key to driving urban market penetration? You can just say pass also.
Adopt technology which will help you reach more people.
Alright? Which is the most important lesson you have learned as an entrepreneur?
Perseverance is the key to success.
Alright. And what's the most underrated marketing tactics that you have seen work wonders?
Legwork.
What is that?
Legwork. There is no substitution for hard work. If you're walking the street, that's the best way to succeed.
Alright. Last question. Brand loyalty or brand recognition? Which should brands focus on first?
there is nothing called loyalty. So recognition is important. There is no loyalty. Consumers choose what works for them. If someone else gives better, they will change.
So brand recognition.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. Vipin, over to Sandeep. One HR challenge you think they can solve right now?
Payroll.
It's already solved. You want to solve it more? I said, what is one HR challenge you think tech can solve right now?
Tech has already solved most of the problems. But employee engagement is one thing that is still a challenge.
Employee engagement. We have Mira for that. Okay.
So it's offline.
Offline. Okay. You need something for
Tech.
Oh, tech. Okay. Okay. They used to do it also on virtual. All right. AI or automation, which has a bigger impact on HR management?
100% AI, but it's still starting stage for AI, but it will have a major impact.
All right. Which is the biggest misconception about HR technology?
HR is just about managing people, is what people think, but it's much more than that.
All right. What do you think will be the most significant change in HR in the next 3 years?
In next 3 years, yeah, more of AI, less of human touch, which we are going to see.
What's the most rewarding aspect for working in HR tech?
What is the most?
What is the most rewarding aspect of working in HR tech?
Yeah, able to engage with people, because HR is all about people, so engage with more people.
All right, one word. What's the biggest hurdle in HR tech adoption for SMEs? The last question, that's it, that's the last question. What is the biggest hurdle for HR tech adoption for SMEs?
Cost will always be there. Yeah, because AI will be very costly.
In the coming days. They are telling now itself to buy the product from
Yeah,
True HR.
from True
All
HR.
right, the prices are going to increase. All right, very good job marketing. I love that, Sandeep. All right, Mahek. Mahek sir, that's for you. If that's one skill from your software engineering background that has been the most helpful in your role, sorry, this is for Mahek sir. Yeah, what is one skill from your software engineering background that has been the most helpful in your role as ESIC?
Understanding the tools, whatever the ESI is providing on EPF. So wherever we are there, we are able to explain to the people whenever we meet.
In your opinion, what is the most critical factor for successfully enforcing compliance in any regulatory body?
As I told, there are actually, we need to see the two sides. One side, compliance side, they will be very harsh. When I was inspector, I was very harsh. But if I am seeing any person's life, then we have to melt.
Okay. Okay.
Adult actually.
Okay.
I mean, both sides. For example, some employer did not contribute based on the request of the employee. But once something happened, some mishap happened, then if an accident happened and they are filing a complaint, then we find out after investigation, we find out is it true. Then we will hand the benefit to the employee, but our capitalized value, which is in lakhs, 20 to 30 lakhs,
All right.
will get from the employee.
All right. What is one biggest challenge that you have faced in your current role in ECIC and how did you overcome it?
Biggest challenge, like they told, we are not able to penetrate into the
Grassroots level.
grassroots level, except in Hyderabad, it is okay. Remaining places, little less penetration.
What excites you? This is one before last question. What excites you the most about the future of social security and employment benefits in India?
Yeah, actually, EPF and ESI together, we complete social security that whatever the ILO prescribes, our benefits, the EPF is giving 3 schemes and we are giving 5 to 6 benefits. So we will be a complete organization. As you said, we may, if we convert also it is good, so that we can take care of the whole workforce. Around 64 people are there.
All right. And one last question. What is the most impactful lesson you have learned in your diverse career? Because among the panelists, you are the only person who have worked in PF as a separate department and then you have moved on to ESIC. So,
actually, my work is very diversified. Actually, without second that I joined government sector. Then my career in software is successful. I did my internship at Yahoo and also I worked at a tech startup at Bangalore. But since my rural background and Telugu medium background, I tempted for the government job. But now I am enjoying. I am helping the people whatever the little amount. For example, even if we are passing 10,000 or 5,000 client, the people, the other side of the person is very, very important money for them. So that gives a very satisfaction.
One personal question. Usually people are not happy to see their previous bosses, but how happy are you seeing them?
Actually,
So again.
we are very happy and sir is very much friendly and we not only here, regularly we interact with him. Whatever the new things comes in EPFO, we share with us.
So happy.
And wherever, since I know little technology, then sir will ask me give some tasks to do, like in Excel also or in Python. One thing I can share in Corona time, actually we don't have much work in Myanmar. It's a district office, so no visitor. So sir has given some tasks wherever we need to identify the defaulters and high number of pending penalty things. We have a database in Excel, but we don't have the segregated one. So then I use Python and I use.
So that time you are working in ESIC?
EPF.
EPF. That's right.
Sir is my boss.
ESIC. Okay.
Sir is the.
Okay. So even in COVID he made you work, so you moved to ESIC. Okay.
Sir will use, actually, friendly he will use the
Nice.
resource.
So nice. Thank you so much. Over to you, J. Srinivas sir. One word to describe your approach to work. One word. Yes, sir?
Women.
Okay. One memorable moment in your career so far.
That's what I told in my earlier
In
thing.
your talk. All right. What motivates you to keep going even during tough times?
To subscribers' happiness.
Subscribers' happiness. All right. Subscribers' resilience also?
Yes, naturally.
All right. What has been the most influential person in your career? Because for him it is you. For you it was who? Don't tell me my boss. Yeah, your boss. I mean to say your boss. So.
For me, the subscriber is the influential person in my work.
Wow. Okay, sir. How do you unwind from after a busy working day? This is out of the thing. Last question. How do you unwind after because I think most of the PF cases will come mostly for grievances.
Yes.
Rather than, no one will come and say, I would like to subscribe for PF. So, but after that busy day, how do you unwind?
I mean,
How do you unwind your day?
no, I will encourage resolving the grievances.
And giving him the extension.
But normally I will try to, make analysis of the why that grievance is pending. Anything is needs to be get from our head office, we will immediately write, we will get it done.
Okay. Lovely. Thank you so much, sir. Over to Mr. Hari Surya. What is that one trait you look for a company when considering it for fundraising? One trait. What is that one trait that you look for in a company when you say, okay, I will nurture this company for fundraising?
Fundamentals of the company.
What do you mean by fundamentals?
Financials.
Financial fundamentals of the company. Lovely. What's one common mistake businesses make during their IPO process? Compliances. Fantastic. Good in compliances. So do Sandeep. Thank you. What one regulatory change you believe could significantly improve your fundraising in India?
As I said, changes in the eligibility criteria entering by the small and medium companies to enter into English financial markets.
All right. What's the key factor that makes a merger or acquisition deal successful?
Deal negotiation.
All right. If you had to choose one, what's the most exciting development in the world of corporate advisory today?
Mentoring the company.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, sir. And we come to Murthy, sir. Sir, your questions rapid fire is. Yeah. No, this is one next, I think 1-2 minutes, I think made a signal that we know. It is high time you need to stop now, yeah. So your last 5 questions are, here it goes, sir. What is the biggest obstacle business faced when adopting AI? Change resistance. Alright? Digital transformation. Where should an SME start?
Fixing the internal processes.
Fixing the internal process. Beautiful. What is one technological innovation that excites you most right now? Set apart AI, but what is one technological innovation? Because you come from Singular University, right? So I want you to talk some.
Right. So I will talk about two. One is
Yeah.
if you take a pill, it gives you more than 4,000 different health parameters to see what kind of diseases or health complication you get in the future. This is one of the things that is going on. The second one is the age is key, which normally takes about 12 years or 15 years to do, now can be done in a matter of months. That's called synthetic risk research. So that's also, it tastes as good as your 15-year-old Glenfiddich or Rice. So these are some things which
So you don't have to store Glenfiddich for 15 years, you can test it. Wow. Okay. All right. The last two questions for you, sir. In one sentence, what does the future of work mean to you?
future of work will be projects and freelancing.
Projects and freelance. Fantastic. And the last question. What is the most important leadership trait for succeeding in the digital era?
It takes village to raise a kid, so surround yourself with the best people.
Great. Big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for a wonderful session. Rajesh, you have given us an insights on IP, IPR, what is the importance of getting into intellectual property rights, and what are the challenges that we have seen, or you could see, and how you can overcome the challenges. So it was a very good insight from you, Rajesh. I'm just giving a conclusion in next 1 minute, ladies and gentlemen, not staying between you and the lunch. Next is Vipin, your go-to strategy of going to the market and always be on a constant drive of don't be stagnant anywhere. You know, you just constantly you have that within you to grow. You know, this one thing is a takeaway that I take it from you. Sandeep, the biggest word that I always that we correlate each other is workforce. Because no matter how the world goes with technology, but it is not complete without that human touch. So, workforce plays a major role, and I think your products, I would not market your product, but I would say they are doing fantastically well, and they're solving a lot of issues at the grassroots level. And the key takeaway that I think, from the place where you come from, is that you are touching at the places where informal workplaces are there, and you don't work on a particular number. Someone says I have 15 people or 20 people, you say you can go for my product. Someone says I have 5 people, you say you can go for the product. That's something I take away from you, Sandeep. Sir, from you, no matter that touch of AI or any technology that is there, but the one takeaway that I have seen and being interacted with you that I have learned from you is that, sir, and from today's session is that your learning is a continuous process, and that is what in BNI also we believe, that your continuation to learn and your passion to learn, to upgrade yourself the knowledge. And I love that line that your parents gave you the biggest asset, that is your education. I think I could relate to that. That is how my parents have given it to me. So that's beautiful, and I love that. And coming to finances, I love that one line. As I said, growing wealthy is more important than growing rich. I think these are words from Robert Kiyosaki, and Rich Dad Poor Dad, and it correlates in so many instances of life that when you are going, they say when you have to go far, you have to go together. When you have to go less distance, you can walk alone, but long distances you have to walk together. I think IPO is more than destination. I think it's a journey from somewhere to the next level. Right, sir? So that's a key takeaway from you. Thank you so much, sir. PF, yes, I have been a biggest contributor for PF. So with all due respects, but PF has been helping across states because we have seen how people come back and they say, sir, that I want to take 80% of my money or 60% of my money, and but PF says it's like it works like a father or a mother saying that no, you just say take this much money and let the rest of the money be in PF. Then it keeps growing again, and then again you can take. I think you are more than a guardian or next to the family for any family. That's from the PF. And ended up with sir is that of course there are so many beautiful things that are happening at the ESIC front which people are not aware of it. But today with your deep insights, we know that you don't have to come to the city from the rural areas to reach out to the hospitals. There are so many small, like what we say, Basti Dawakhanas in Telangana, what they call. They have so many small, doctor hospitals that you said, dispensaries where you can get your immediate treatment. And then you can look at bigger hospitals. And bigger hospitals also has been well planned and kept in Telangana. So that's a great takeaway from you. Thank you so much, all of you, for your valuable time. And I open this question for the audience. If you have any quick questions, ladies and gentlemen, you can ask 2 questions from the audience. Anyone would like to ask any question? Yes, Radhika. Would you like to have this mic? I think that's not working. Yeah.
I'll first ask for ESI and then for PSR. ESI, your program is loved by my security forces folks. It's a lifesaver for many people. Even though the payment is such a small amount, it covers entire families, and it's a blessing for many of them. That's why they don't like losing these jobs. So first of all, thank you for that. And one of the questions I talked to you about earlier is, we are looking for medical certification for our guys because, according to the PASARA license, security guards must be medically certified every year. So that is one of the things. But the other thing is, recently we had one security guard go to a clinic, but it was not his usual clinic. It was the nearest clinic because they were not well, and they were not honored. And that is something that is a concern for some of our security guards, because when they're sick, they cannot travel to different places and say, okay, I can only go to the one that's my home one. ESI should be universal. If they have an ESI card, they should be able to go to any ESI clinic. Would you address that issue once, sir?
So actually, medical certification we usually don't do, but we have annual health preventive and checkup. So you can send your people to our ESI hospital, and we will request ESI hospital authorities to run the medical examination there, and we will, whatever the medical records are there, we will give it to you, and you can use that as a certification. And coming to the next part, generally they should provide the treatment, but I don't know what happened at the dispensary level. But you have the option to change the dispensary from your employer portal itself. So if you want the IPs migrate to some other place, then they can they have to identify the nearest dispensary and they can change it. Then it's very easy.
So it has to always be a primary dispensary that they have identified?
Yeah, actually.
Thank you for that. So PF, wonderful initiatives that have been coming through. It is still sometimes an issue, small changes in name and age and stuff, and so we would love to see a little bit more streamlining, and it's another essential program for the minimum wage workers. My question is, how much are you helping us by looking at businesses that employ us? We are contract employees, we are vendors. So we provide the guards and manpower to make various other MSMEs. But I'm not sure that those people are always compliant. We get into trouble if they don't comply. So imagine that they don't pay full amounts. We have to give, my company is one of the cleanest companies. You can check all our ECRs and stuff, and it's amazingly well kept. But if another company doesn't pay me, I get in trouble. And I would really urge that PF work with companies like mine and figure out how to make sure that everybody willingly pays. I love what Hari Surya said, that we pay the taxes, because these taxes help all the small people who are earning very little already. When they retire, they should have that. And I love what you said, that it's making subscribers happy. That gives you peace of mind. So we would love to see more, rolling out of more programs that allow compliances from every level of the system. Thanks.
Madam, your question is regarding this compliance of contract workers, I believe. Actually, there is a definition in the employee definition in the EPF Act. Any person engaged in or in connection with the establishment, directly or indirectly. Suppose if you are employing some few people for an enterprise, if you are paying their PF, it is okay. But if other companies defaulted, definitely you will not put into trouble for that default. The problem here coming is the number of employees, the threshold limit is 20. Let us say one company is having only 4 people, but he engaged from 4 companies for 4 people. All those 4 people, whether they have PF or they don't have PF, that is a different issue. But PF point of view, we will take all that 5 companies together because they are working in or in connection with a particular establishment. So they all should be paid PF. That is the issue. But as a matter of fact, if you are paying for your employees wherever you engage, definitely you will not be put into trouble. The problem is, we are having, I think, in a different way. The problem is if any company needs, suppose one security agency is defaulted, that other company has to pay to that security agency. Then we attach the balances of that security agency that established to credit into the employees' provident fund. Regarding the name corrections and the grievances, Madam, already we told that it is everything to secure the individual's amount. Just now Satish told that it is, we are taking care like mother. I will give you another example. What is the banks they are giving fixed deposit rate of interest? Interest rate. This is definitely below our rates. Whereas they are financing you more than double the rate of the deposit. But whereas in EPFO we are not doing any business. Just we are safeguarding your money. With prudence we are investing and we are giving you interest more than the banks. This is the point to be taken care. So the particular thing regarding the grievances, what I can say is, the percentage of the grievances, if we count with our subscriber base, it will be something after 10 zeros or 20 zeros, that percentage will be the grievances. But yes, definitely some grievances are there. The joint declarations also, because of this Aadhaar linkage, Aadhaar with Aadhaar updations, there are some issues. Now the joint declaration approving authority is the regional PF commissioner. So in Malapur office we are having 25 lakh accounts. All name correction to be approved by only one person. That is creating a lot of issues. Now within 2 weeks it may be changed. Now it will be given to APFC level. At that time you can expect that the grievances will be addressed very speed.
Can we call it closure of this session? Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. You are an amazing audience. Thank you so much. You are an amazing audience, and I think panelists along with me, I think we could give some deep, meaningful insights for all of you. Thank you so much. And before I say over to my MC, I'd like to say thank you for the person who has given this box. Thank you so much. This is to keep my cue cards. Thank you so much, Ankita. Thank you.
Thank you so much, each and every panelist, for your valuable insights here today. I request Srimati Jyoti Garu, Deputy Zonal Manager of TTIC, to present the token of appreciation to all the panelists. May I request Ms. Sanjana Shadaru, please present the token of appreciation to our panelists. Thank you so much, Satish Garu, for taking this. Thank you so much, Satish Garu, for this wonderful.
Request Satish sir to please join us. Request Captain Anand to please join us on the desk. Captain.
Thank you so much. I would like to recognize the valuable presence of Harinanda Kota Garu, Director Consultant of BNI Hyderabad. I request Prashant Cherlapally Garu, SE of BNI Grand, to present the token of appreciation to Hari Garu. Thank you so much for your presence here today, sir. I would like to recognize the valuable presence of T. Satish Kumar Garu, Area Director of BNI Hyderabad. I request GC Raghuvar Garu, Vice President of BNI Grand, to present the token of appreciation to Satish Garu. Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable presence here today. I would like to recognize the valuable presence of Shravan Pasumati Garu, Chapter Ambassador. I request Captain Anand Garu to present the token of appreciation to Shravan.
లైవ్ చూడు లైవ్ లేదు అదే అయిపోయింది
Last but certainly not least, I want to acknowledge the dedicated members of BNI Grand for their relentless